So now I want to touch on Caleb Williams and his rookie debut coming up on Sunday against the Tennessee Titans. Of course, there's been so much Caleb Williams talk with him being the number one pick in this past draft. And I think that there's a lot of reasons for Bears fans to be excited because he is a very exciting player to watch. There's no doubt. He's a ton of talent. And coming into this week 1 game, they're facing off against a Titans team that I think isn't the best on defense. Last year, they were the 16th ranked scoring defense. Their secondary was middle of the road. PFF has them as the 16th best secondary going into this year. Traded for L'Jarius Sneed, added Chidobe Awuzie. But I would say they're pretty weak at safety. Quandre Diggs last year, 87th grade out of 95 safeties per PFF. Amani Hooker, 65 grade. And so I think there are a lot of weak links in this Titans secondary that Caleb Williams and the Bears' weapons are going to be able to take advantage of. And when we look at the Titans' pass rush, they don't have that much talent, top-tier talent, I would say, outside of Justin Simmons. They brought in Sebastian Joseph Day and drafted rookie T'Vondre Sweat. And if we look overall, last year they were 19th in pressure rate last season. And so I think if you're Caleb Williams, this is a pretty solid matchup for your first start in the NFL against a middle tier to lower tier Titans secondary, Titans defense. And I think we all know, no matter what happens come Sunday, if Caleb Williams has an insane game, if he has a terrible game, the reaction is going to be, oh no, Caleb Williams, he's done for. He threw 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, or the opposite. He has an insane day and people are, calling him the next Mahomes. He may look like it at times, but I think that on either extreme, it's going to be too early to judge his entire season off of one NFL game. And I was curious, and so I went and looked up a ton of rookie quarterbacks or quarterbacks in their first start in the NFL to see how often guys have really, really good performances. So I just want to read a few of these here. CJ Stroud, his first start last year, 20-44, 242 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a 78 passer rating. His season-long passer rating was 100.8, and so he started off, didn't even throw a touchdown. Pretty average day for CJ Stroud. Offense only scored 9 points, so not a great day. Not terrible, but not great. Bryce Young, that was another story. 20 of 38, 146 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, a 48.8 passer rating. Not good, but that was way worse than his overall season where he finished with a 73.7 passer rating. Now to some older quarterbacks, a little bit older. We have Lamar Jackson. Back in November of 2018, he had to start because of a Joe Flacco injury, and apparently he had been dealing with a stomach ache and insomnia, so that's not really how you want to go into your first start in the NFL. But he goes 13 of 19, 150 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 70.1 passer rating. So another not great passing day. He did, however, run for 119 yards on 26 carries. So I think that probably made up for a somewhat down day passing the ball. But so far, CJ Stroud, no touchdowns. Bryce Young, no touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, no touchdowns. Now to Mahomes. His first start. 22 of 35, 284 yards, 0 touchdowns. Once again, 1 interception, a 76.4 passer rating. He did, however, drive them down the field for a game-winning field goal. But overall, that wasn't a great day by Patrick Mahomes. And so far, in those 4 players, none of them threw a touchdown in their opener. So you're starting to see a theme here. He had a 76.4 passer rating. Now, Joe Burrow, did he throw a touchdown pass in his debut? 23 of 36, 193 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, a 66.1 passer rating. So if you would have just asked me, out of Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, how many touchdowns did they throw, combined in their starting debut, I would have said 3. I mean, those 3 guys, I don't know, 4. It's like 0. I was like, what? Are you kidding me? So it's not a shock that, players in their first ever NFL game against NFL quality talent don't have the best days. Then I have a few more, and then we'll see how this relates to Caleb Williams. Josh Allen, 18 of 33, 245 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a 63.3 passer rating. So Josh Allen breaks the streak there. He actually threw a touchdown pass, but still not a great day. Justin Herbert, 22 of 33, 311 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, a 94.4 passer rating. So he probably had the best day out of all these guys, throwing for 300 plus yards. They lose in overtime. So he's sort of an outlier out of these players. And then the final one, Dak Prescott, 24 of 45, 227 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, a 69.4 passer rating. So the point I'm trying to make is that if Caleb Williams has a down day in his first game of his entire career, I don't think it's that big of a deal. So many of these quarterbacks who have gone on to become the best quarterbacks and, the best overall in Mahomes didn't really have good starts to start their entire season. And I think you look at many week ones, it's like the overreactions reach crazy levels just because we've been sitting around all off season making our predictions, trying to figure out, who we think's going to win, who's going to go to a Super Bowl, how good is this team, how good is this team. And the first real, live football we get, it's like we want to take that and make strong conclusions about everything. And I think there are probably some things that you can go, okay, that, this team looks really good, they look pretty solid, things like that. But specifically for young quarterbacks, I just think that patience is really important with any quarterback. And you look at Jordan Love last year, of course he wasn't a rookie, but it was his first year starting. Tons of people wrote him off when the Packers were in a losing streak and he wasn't playing well. And then he turns it around and finishes as one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL and gets a $55 million per year contract, which matched Joe Burrow. So I think that Caleb Williams, honestly, when you look at all those guys that I read off and the defense that he's facing, I feel like Caleb Williams could have a good day. I really do. I would be shocked if he didn't throw a touchdown pass. But I would have thought that Mahomes and Burrow and Jackson probably would have at least thrown one. They didn't. But I think all in all, Caleb Williams is a very talented player. They have an insane group around him of pass-catching talent. He's probably in one of the better positions when it comes to young rookie quarterbacks in the NFL when they enter the league. And so I do think the expectations are certainly high, but I still think we should give him time no matter what happens come Sunday. But I think he's going to have a good game. And if I had to guess a stat line, I'm going to say 230 yards, 1 passing touchdown, and 1 interception. That's my prediction here for Caleb Williams versus the Titans.